Like that?
La la la, yeah.
Play the Shrek song, the Fiona one. How's that go?
La la la.
Oh no, he's so bad. It'd be like, you have to explode now.
And I poop on the pasta.
Oh, don't poop on the pasta. Mr. Noodle, you were supposed to explode. You were supposed to explode at the end. Oh, yeah. You were supposed to explode, but you didn't. Okay, you guys, I'm having pasta right now. And this is homemade, and I just want to open a snap. Random one. Oh, okay, this person wants to know, how long have I been playing violin? I've been playing, oh, who's this from? Pamela, I've been playing, I started when I was 10, and then I did it just for fun as a hobby, but then by the time I got to like 7th or 8th grade, then I was like really serious about it. And then I studied with the concert master of the Harrisburg Symphony, and then I like, yada, yada, yada. So, but here's the thing, from 10 years old to 20 years old, I was like, every single day of my life, I rarely took a day off where I didn't play. And then, once I dropped out of school and moved to Florida and went with Orlin, I basically went 2.5, 3 years without touching it. I would pick it up for an event here, pick it up for an event for like a wedding or this, but I like stopped altogether. So, I know I'm actually a little rusty, like, you know, putting it down for a while. So I still have to like get my fingers back into shape if I want to continue it. So, anyways, this is my pasta mukbang. Mr. Noodles gonna have some noodles. Yes. I love these noodles. It's Mr. Noodle. Mr. Noodle. You get so puffy when you see the noodles. Okay, so this is my favorite brand of pasta. Oh, it's just so flavorful by itself. It really is. So these are nice and oily. So these are, and they're still pretty warm. And this is homemade beet tomato sauce, marinara. This is made with beets and tomatoes and, ouch. Lots of stuff. Fresh oregano, fresh basil, spices, lots of oil, some salt. So this is just a nice Italian thing. So this is actually my main breakfast. I woke up, went on a little bike ride, just for 20 minutes. And then I came home and had about 4 bananas and had this banana with Mr. Noodle. And then, oh, look at that. Oh, thank you.
The sauce is very thick.
Very thick. Oh, this is the pasta. Thank you so much. This is the pasta that I like. Sorry about the shadows. This is the brand right here. It's called Doria Spaghetti Sabor Ranchero. And it's, wow, that was pretty good, wasn't it? This is ranch dressing flavored pasta. And it's so good, you guys. It's just so flavorful. And they loaded up with vitamins, right? They fortified the bunnies out of it. Vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin C, yada yada. So, that's what I'm having. Okay, here's the thing so far. So, like I was saying, let's just, so yeah, you can still see some whole beets in here. Oh, noodles. Oh, it's so yummy. Delicious. Say noodle. Noodle. You can have a noodle. This is how he got his name. Noodle. Oh, there you are. Yes. Okay. Now, I am going to mix this around. This, oh my gosh. What great color. Beet pasta. Can you even see me? I'm gonna put this oven mitt underneath to give it a little angle. Maybe this as well. That doesn't really do anything. Okay. Oh, look at this. Now, if you want the recipe for this, comment down below and let me know. This is not really a recipe mukbang, but it's really easy to make. You just throw the ingredients together, you blend it up into the blender, and you cook it, and then you eat it. So, now I'm eating. But if you want to see the recipe, leave a comment, and if I get lots of comments, then I'll do a recipe of this. Oh, this is gonna be so flavorful. So yes, like I was saying, I went on my bike ride, had some bananas, read all your this is noisy, read all your comments from yesterday's mukbang. Thank you guys so much. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I went with Orlin. And we went out to go get some food. We need some more fresh produce. And well, you saw how much produce we have to we have to get it delivered. We go to a place and they deliver by the crate, which we don't do that often because I don't eat that much produce like that anymore. But we decided to do it this time. And on the way there, we saw a truck pulled out on the side of the road, and it was selling bonsais. How many of you know what a bonsai is? Do you know, Noodle? Oh. A bonsai is basically a tree in a small little pot. So they do something to it. They wrap it up with like wires and they prevent it from growing this way, but the trunk gets wider. So it looks like an old ancient tree, but it's very small and it's a house plant. So we saw those, but they were too expensive, way too expensive. So we're like, nah. But you saw the flour we got that instead. That was cheaper. You know, you decide what you spend your money on, right? Some people spend it on clothes, some people spend it on video games, some people spend it on food. We spend it on plants. By the way, plastic flowers, yay or nay, thumbs up or thumbs down, let me know if you like the plastic flowers. This light, very shadowy. All right, so this is now really mixed around, and I'm gonna have my first bite of this pasta. It just looks so cool, right? All right, let me do an appropriate size bite. Twist it around, right? And twist around the pasta. Even though people like the slurping, well, some people don't like the, I don't know. This looks like carrots. It's very orange. Mmm. Mmm. So we're done with these. Put those over there. Well, you can have this. Well, it's a little too oily and salty, but you can have. Noodle, there you go. You enjoy your fortified pasta. So no, we didn't get those plants. They're really pretty and all, but no. Okay. I'm like losing track of what I'm saying. Just turning this around. Mmm. Mmm. This is so good. Oh my gosh. I have to give you the recipe for this sauce. It's just so delicious. This is just incredibly delicious. Noodle, you want some of this? No? Okay. All right. So how's everyone's day today? I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed. You know, some days you just wake up and you wake up on the wrong side. And then you start the day on the wrong foot. So wrong side, wrong foot, and boom, down you go the stairs. So wake up on the wrong, I hope you wake up on the right side. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Look at that cute little flower holder. Napkin holder. It's made out of, it's like a flower. It's plastic. Mm. Noodle, do you want to do Lady and the Tramp? Okay. And for this? Let me do that time. Ouch! I have to pay attention where I go. It's like driving a car. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, there's a big bug on the top of the ceiling. So, one time, speaking of paying attention of where you go, it's like sweet and savory at the same time. The sweet of the beet. He probably added some sugar. Then you have the saltiness and the spice. Oh, it's so good. It almost looks like that Korean spicy noodle challenge, you know, it has this color. Well, it's not that. I really want to do that. I don't even know the recipe. Do you know, Mr. Noodle? Do you know? I don't know. So, anyways, yes, I was driving a car one time, my mom's car, and we were going, and I was driving, and we went to pick up my mom's sister, my Aunt Trisha. And I remember I was pulling, you know, it was a parallel park kind of thing, and I was pulling out so that I can go back onto the main road. And I turned the wheel without looking, and I went this close to hitting an incoming car. Zoom! And my mom was, you know, in the back seat. My aunt was in the front seat with me. And my mom put her hands onto the roof and said, "Oh, shh!" And my aunt goes, "I don't know why you allow him to drive like this. If you were my son, I wouldn't let you drive." And this is, you know, I've had my, you know, I got my license later than everyone else, so it was already bad enough that I was you know, so. Yeah, be careful while driving. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, speaking of driving. This is wiggly. One of the table legs is broken, so we just put stuff underneath. You know, as long as the presentation looks good, no one has to know what goes on behind the scenes. You know, that perfect magazine front cover life, you know, the perfect polishedness. But underneath it all, like the housewives, oh, the mansions, the cars, the champagne, the chandeliers, the pooches. But behind all that are miserable women. Miserable. Noodle? Oh. Yes. So, we have a broken table. But anyways, what was I saying? But anyways, you guys, I don't like looking at the news that often, but sometimes I just do out of curiosity. And I saw this story. There was this high school that put out this, I think it was high school, yes, well, obviously high school, because it involved texting while driving. And the school put on this big show. It was like a prank, not really a prank, an act. And they made up this this story that a bunch of high school kids all died and got murdered in a car crash. And it was just supposed to shock the children, the teenagers, to make sure that they don't text and drive. And then a day goes by, and they say, oh, we were just joking. Those kids are still alive. We just kept them out of school for the day so you wouldn't see them, but now you know. And so there's this big backlash, apparently, of the parents, because, you know, the parents get the phone calls from the kids. Oh, Monica, Sally's no longer here. They were friends with the parents, too, or the parents of the parents. So people's feathers were ruffled. And so, ouch, there's this big debate going on right now, whether that was appropriate and whether that's effective. I think, you want more? Let's do Lady and the Tramp one more time. Let's do Lady and the Tramp. Come on. I know you want to do it. You have this one. Let's make it shorter. And you have this one. That was a fail. I'm probably just going to cut that out. That was basically me just swallowing it all and saying, oops, snooze, you lose. Erase. Oh, or maybe it went, no, it didn't. It didn't go down below me. I think with kids, you have to rattle them. Kids learn better from their heart than they do from their mind. You have to make them feel something. I remember I had very few teachers that I can think of and say, wow, they were a great teacher. My 8th grade, 7th grade teacher that taught us about the Holocaust and our public speaking in English. What did she do that was so effective? She made us feel something. Now, obviously, she had the advantage that we were talking about dark times and we went to a Holocaust museum and we watched Anne Frank play. And so already we were feeling stuff. She had the advantage because compared to the math teachers over there, teaching numbers 1 + 1 + 3 is 3. Well, the English teacher had, she had that advantage, but it made me feel something, and I'll never, ever, ever forget her. Now, she was also a very good teacher, and I feel like she was very level-headed, and, yeah. Anyways, she made us feel something. So to reach kids and teenagers, if you make it personal, that might be more effective, so that they don't text and drive, than to, now you have to be very careful, Noodle. This is very gross. Might be more effective than just saying, don't text and drive. Open up the book, chapter 1 to 4, write down what you learned. All right, bye. I'll grade your homework. No. So, I think it works, and, Make people, no, it's not just kids, it's adults too. If you feel an emotion, if you attach an emotion, oh, it's over here. If you attach an emotion with, you know what? How about you come down here and eat a little bit? You eat a lot. It's crazy how much you eat. So, there's Noodles bowl. Come over here. Come over here. And you eat out of that bowl, because you're dripping on me. And beat stains. That's the, wouldn't be me if I didn't drop stuff, but Noodle and I are like the same. So, you want to walk into the noodles? I don't know what you want. Wow, my head's just spinning. I don't even know. Oh, there you go, Noodle. Now you're running away. Like a dog, you like to eat it away from people. Say bye-bye. I think he's full, so say bye-bye to the sloths. Bye-bye. You didn't focus, but that's okay. There's Orlin. You want to go to orbit? There you go.
That looks so cool.
I know. He didn't really, I think he just wants to be in his home. You know, we got them that new cage, and obviously we don't just keep them locked in. They have this whole jungle gym to walk up. They can go onto the roof. But parrots are very territorial. They like, territorial. They like what they have. And they don't like change, and it's their stick. Have you ever seen them mark their territory with their beak? They like bang onto it to remind everyone, this is mine. So they're going to attach to their new cage, their new house, La Casa, which is brand new and clean. We cleaned it last night. And I think he just wants to go there. How are the snap sloths today? Let's find out. Oops. All right, so I'm going to open just a few random snaps. This comes from Bua13. All right, it focused, and Bua13 wants to know, if I could live 1 year at a part of the world, where would that part of the world be? By the way, your videos really brighten up my day. Well, that's awesome. If I could live anywhere in the world for a year. Now, does this include like free expenses paid for? Because if expenses are paid for, well, then I'm probably staying put here. But, if I had all the money in the world and I could live anywhere. Oh, what a question. I don't know. There's so many places I want to see. I want to see Banff, Canada. That's not a place to live. I doubt I could even get Wi-Fi there. I want to see parts of France. I really want to see Ukraine. I want to see where I was born. I want to go to Russia. I want to see, I love Vancouver, British Columbia. It was a beautiful city, and I'll explore more of it. It's very cold, but hey, well, if it's an all paid for expense travel booking ticket, then I will get a nice coat to keep me warm. So I would, Vancouver, British Columbia. So how many of you have been there? I've talked about this before. I know. I'm sorry. It's just very beautiful. So that's my answer. Okay. Can I get a shout out? This is to J-Lai. Yes. Hello. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. The thing I don't like about this bowl and that it's noisy. It makes noises, and if it bugs me, it might bug you. Okay, this comes from Tareen's 14. Tareen's, and she wants to know what's my morning routine like. I was just talking to Orlin the other day about making a morning routine video, but I want to wait just a little bit because I'm just waiting. You'll see. I really want to wait for that. And my morning routine, yeah, you'll find out in a video, so stay tuned. This comes from Carla. Okay, that's me playing in my mukbang. And the doggy, oh, so cute. And Hugh, and Huey. And I'm only saying it like that because all the words are spelled out many times too. So she wants to know, could you please talk about how to overcome emotional binge eating? Well, I did go through a time in my life where I was an emotional binge eater. I would try to really restrict myself and, excuse me, I didn't do what my mom used to do, which was to just chew on some ice cubes and zucchinis to prevent yourself from eating real substance. But I would restrict myself sometimes, and it was a little phase I went through. Not really a long phase, but it was a phase, and it was a dramatic, terrible, terrible phase, and I know what it's like to be in that vicious cycle. And so I would restrict myself, and I'm not gonna eat this. And then the big binge would come, and I'm like, give me everything. And I would eat donuts and, pasta with like lots of cheese and butter. Pizzas. I used to get so depressed that I would drink some adult beverages and then waddle my way over to the grocery store while intoxicated and fill up the cart, not even know about the price, not even care. Burnt through a lot of my savings doing this. I'm like, here, I'll take it. I would get 12 donuts at a time. I would get candy, Reese's peanut butter cups, and chocolate bars. And I'm not even like a chocolate fan. I used to get, they were so good, but they're very, very Not good. Like big bags of shredded cheese, you know, like the mozzarella cheese, the cheddar cheese, you know, the stuff that you sprinkle onto pizza. Well, I used to buy that because I loved it. But it was expensive. One bag was like $7, like the 2-pound bag. And I would go through that so quickly. So that would be my binge, emotional. But it's not. For me, I don't think it was like emotional. That was just binging because I wasn't eating enough healthy food throughout the day. And I overcome that by doing that. Saying, okay, I'm not gonna restrict myself from this and this. I'm gonna eat what I want, stop when I'm full. So I guess this question's more so along the lines of, well, I don't actually feel hunger down here. It's not like that big drunk binge that I just talked about where I would, you know, basically starve myself and then eat the junk. This is different. It's like eating just to feel something, a stimulant, a stimulation. If you're upset or depressed. Ooh, that's even harder. How did I overcome that? Well, honestly, sometimes I still go through that a little bit, but not that much anymore. I don't feel happy today. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, on the wrong foot, like I talked about. There are times that I can think of where, yes, I just would get a bag of chips and be like, I need to feel good. You know? You could eat all the healthy food in the world. And if you're not happy, your mind will still drive you to stimulants, no matter how much food you try to shove in. Healthy food, trust me, I've been through it all. So I don't know how to really say how to overcome that because I still go through that sometimes, very rare. The neighbors upstairs are like, oh, they have like a little kid. He's a little boy, probably like 9 years old, and he likes to sing this same song every day. I swear they have a radio with one button, that one button plays the one song, and it's very popular. Everyone plays it. I don't know what it is. I can sing you the tune. My Latinas, listen, poppies. Ba-da-ba-ba-ya-ya-why. Ya ba 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 da ay banda yo ya da da yay 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 yay, something like that. That was awful. No, that was awful. The little boy he sings it better than me. Oh, here's an interesting question, and it comes from Paige Mosier. Is that French? Mosier. Oh, the noise. Oh. And she wants to know, if you could be any age for a whole week, what age would you choose and why? That's a hard one. Well, that's very difficult. The first thing that comes to my mind is like, oh, I want to be young again. But then I'm like, I still am young. But then I think about the young, you know, there's advantages to being a little child. You don't have to think about the responsibility, like paying for this light bulb right here. I have to pay for that right now. Oh, you know, it's a little stressful. Welcome to the world of being an adult, right? Making my own food, you know, cleaning up after myself, putting on my own clothes. But then again, well, remember, like I said, we like to feel, we like to have emotions, and emotions sometimes are lasting little imprints on ourselves. Well, you don't really have as many of that as a child, I think. I think when you're older and you understand more about the world and you are more aware of certain things, certain problems, phenomena, conflicts, you know, like, you know, all the adult stuff that you don't think about as a kid, all of a sudden it opens up all these new realms of possibilities, all these new windows for more feelings and more thoughts. So, maybe, I would be an old man. I would be 80 years old. And first of all, I could see if I could still walk and see. I might need glasses. I want to know if my hair is going to stay the same. But no, I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't really answer your question. All I did was ramble, jabble. Jesus Harrow 185, maybe it's Jesus because they're spelled the same way. Jesus, hello, Mr. Jesus. I'm sorry, no, Jesus. Me in English, you know, it doesn't work. When will you be doing a meetup in the San Francisco area? if I ever get there. I mean, there's no like set date, that's for sure. I would love to see it before the earthquake. I considered school, the San Francisco Music Conservatory. I considered that as a possibility. Not the first time around, but after freshman year of the school I went to, I was looking to transfer. I was like, I don't like it here. I want to go somewhere place else. And that was on my list to investigate. Never even went over there to look at the place because that's when the current school was like, well, we want to keep you, so we're going to offer you a full ride package. So that was nice. Okay. The most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you, from Sarah 93. Oh. The first thing that comes to my mind is when I went on my trip with Orlin back in 2013, I believe, yes. Well, it was around the new year, so it was actually, by the time we got to Guatemala, it was January of 2000. Join the Psychic Twins and follow me, Miranda sings. That's what I just got a little tweet messenger. Maybe later. So, we were in Guatemala, right? Me and Orlin. Let me paint you the picture of Guatemala. At least this part we were in. We were in the state of Petén, which is North Guatemala, which I think is safer than the South, you know. We risked our lives, I think. But here's the thing, we didn't give papaya, as they say. Don't show off what you have. We wore the same clothes basically every day of the week. We traveled with like two shirts. We didn't shower. We looked so gross you wouldn't want to come near us. My hair was long and greasy. I hadn't shaved like, just like now I haven't shaved. But really, we were just like repulsive, and that kept the thieves away and the crime away from us because it doesn't look like we have anything. Well, this is part of the story. I remember we were walking around the fruit market, and it's all these like narrow streets, and it's very dusty, and people outside with little carts selling aguacate, and people selling fish. You see like eyeballs rolling off into the floor. People selling chickens hanging upside down on their feet, and they're still alive, and they're flapping their wings, like all the noodles just. And, people would come on their motorcycles and they would have this big basket behind them with like a little net on top. This big basket, like 3 times the size as this. And they would go up to the chicken line, like a clothesline. Imagine chickens just hanging upside down. And they would be like, I want that one. And they would grab it and put it into the basket, put the lid on, and drive it off to be cooked. So, this was the image. This is the setting. And so we would walk around with our fruit bags, which are little fabric bags. And we would go and get fruit. We were looking for fruit, daily fruit. And this is when I fell in love with the avocado. This is when I got my name, Nikocado Avocado, at this place. Orlin gave me the name, actually, because I couldn't stop eating them. And he said, you like Nikocado Avocado. And so you're like, how is this embarrassing? Well, a lot of these people here don't have a lot of money, all right? There's this little old lady, this old Oma, and she saw me and Orlin looking at the avocados. And she came over to us, or she came over to me, and handed me a quetzal. A quetzal is their form of money. And it was 7,000 quetzals, which is like $1, I think. But that was something like that. And I forget the exact bill, honestly, but it was roughly $1, which is a lot for them. And I guess it was a lot for us too. We were trying to live on like $2 or $3 a day there, because it's a whole long story. We had to stay unexpectedly longer, and we were staying in this, So I was like really taken aback and embarrassed that this lady, who that little change meant so much to her, saw me as this used up rag, this mop, that I was like a beggar. She thought I was a beggar, and we were very skinny, and I was very shocked and taken aback by it. But now I'm embarrassed. It's a fly, big fly. I'm embarrassed by it. I'm embarrassed that I let myself go that much. I became this like hippie, this unclean, unsanitary hippie. I don't know what happened in my head, in my mind. I have my guesses as to why it happened. I'm not going to get into them right now, but So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. Another time, even more embarrassing. So that's kind of just like touching, you know? Wow. Here's a beet, by the way. If it focuses, look at this pretty beet. How many of you love beets? With the salt and the sugar and the oil. Oh, so good. So, before the Guatemala trip, Orlin and I were in Mexico. Now, this is a little gross, so if those of you that are, it's not like bloody or anything, but if you get grossed out very easily, skip forward like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just giving you a little warning, okay? I was eating a lot of papayas over there. I used to live on like 5 papayas a day. Expensive. That's why by the time we got to Guatemala, we were, oh my gosh. We weren't actually begging though. That's the ironic thing. But yeah, so I was spending all my money on these papayas. And you know, there it's still cheap, you know, maybe $2 a papaya or $1 a papaya, but still it adds up. So one time I ate a bunch of papayas at the fruit market. We would go to the fruit market. That was the highlight every day. Yep. And oh, it was so traditional Mexico. It was like this big, it's called Galleria. And it's like this big building with little archways, and in between each archway are vendors, and you walk inside and you have the meats being chipped and chopped, you have the veggies being chipped and chopped, and then you have the fruits. It's like, you come and get your food. And it's dusty, you know, these places are so dusty. It's very dusty, and they have these speakers on the outside of the building that are playing Mexican music with the trumpets, the maracas, ow, and it was just very Mexican. What can I say? Everyone's on motorcycles. The men walking with the cowboy hats and the mustaches. Hola. So, this is the setting. Now, I ate a lot of papayas at this place, right? So we went to the market pretty much daily to get food to take back, but also we would eat there and then go back and whatever. Well, I ate a lot of papayas and we had a walk home. Yeah, I don't know, it's a 30 minute walk or so. And halfway through, the papayas, as you know, act as laxatives. So I remember walking with Orlin and I was just like, let's walk faster. Oh my God, we have to walk faster. We have to walk faster. And he started laughing so hard at me. He's like, oh my gosh, are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it? And I'm wearing these like flimsy little sandals that we got from the thrift store back in Florida. And when I stubbed my toe while walking on a sidewalk, I'm like, ooh. And the sandal ripped, and so I'm like stumbling like this. And you know, when you really have to go and you're squeezing with your muscles to hold it all in. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, no. And all of a sudden, by this point, we're in front of someone's yard. We're in front of a house. And the man, I guess the owner, whatever, he was in his house, in his front yard. And he looks over at me. There's a fence, but he can see through the fence. There's a fence, and he sees this gringo, this white boy, going, no. And all of a sudden, I grab onto the fence, and I let it all out. I'm just like, no. And Orlin is just laughing so hard, and the man is behind me. So this is the house, right? And the fence, I'm holding like this, and I didn't even see him until afterwards. So he's probably thinking, is this white boy possessed? What is he? Oh, and I turn around, and I see him, and I'm just like, hola. And I walk off. It was so embarrassing. And then I walk in the rest of the way, this is halfway point. So another 15 minutes walking home with so uncomfortable, so gross. Wow, I lost my appetite, but it's funny, but it's also, yeah. So that was very embarrassing as well. I've always had this fear that going up on stage and performing violin, that a string would pop, that my bridge would snap down, that my sound post, it's this little thing inside the violin, that would fall down as well. But luckily, I have never, ever had something like that happen to me. Thank goodness. I very well could, I had a friend in high school orchestra, my stand partner. Oh my gosh, Olivia, she was so comical and so funny. She was that type of girl that would like, she would wishes she could have a pink, she would get like a pink violin and put little bedazzles on it. She had these long fingernails and blonde hair and lots of makeup. And you know, she was just very funny, you know, so that's her. And during the concert, right before the next piece, her violin popped. I think it was a string or the bridge, one of the two. I think it was the bridge that fell down. And so, right between the pieces of music, so you play the song, yada, 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 the applause, silence. And there's like this 30-second, 50-second transition in between each song. And so everyone's quiet, and her violin, and she's sitting right next to me. And my reaction is start laughing. And I'm on the outside of the stage, so this is the audience. They see me, and I'm trying to turn my head so they don't see me laughing. It looks so rude. But I'm just like, I'm trying to hold it in because this girl was so funny. All right, she's the girl that like during orchestra class dropped her violin and it just like tumbled down. I know that's not funny, but it's just, you connect these instances with the person, how their reaction is, what they look like, their attitude, all that stuff. So that's maybe why it sounds funny to me, but not to you. Well, that popped, so that's also an embarrassing thing, right? Oh, she was so funny. This question comes from Flower Lover Anna. And she wants to know, which doesn't focus, what are your life plans? Do you see yourself getting married to Orlin? My life plans? I dream big and I dream small. I think about the future, but I also think about tomorrow. The short plans are, you know, be consistent and work hard on YouTube and, you know, just make videos. Just, you know, hopefully provide for me and my family, which is Orlin and Noodle and all the other critters. The long-term plans, yes, we do plan on getting married. And that's probably going to be soon. I have another 3 months given to me, so there's no rush though. But we do have our papers now. We both have our certificates. That's one of the reasons I went back to Florida, right? So yes, long-term plan. Be nice to get our own house, and I would love to design my own house. I love to envision, like, this goes here and that goes here, and the flowers, I arrange them. Yeah, I would love to design it. Obviously, you have to work hard for like a few decades, and then I'll have the mind to do that. But I would love to have my own house and have it designed, like meet with an architect, you know, and just say, I want this, put this here. You know, I don't want a big house, but I just want to design it like 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a kitchen, living room, done. And then I want property to grow things, because, you know, he loves plants so much, and so do I. So I would love to have like a little courtyard, a little garden. I would love to grow our own avocados. I want to grow my own Haas avocados. It'd be so nice, but not too big because that's very time consuming. I will be, favorite music says Popstabup. 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 How do you pronounce that? These people Snapchat names. Wow. My favorite music is classical music. If I had to live with one genre for the rest of my life, it would be classical music, because it's so varied. Classical music is a label. But you compare Brahms to Shostakovich, you compare like this quintet to this piano trio, this opera to this solo, but it's just thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pieces, all very different, angry and sad and dark and bright and powerful and majestic and grand, and I'm sorry, but it's seriously, whereas if you talk about pop music or rap music, it's the same kind of feel. See, I don't know that much about rap. So you people that like rap, you're gonna be like, shh. Anyways, I would choose classical music because obviously I love it, I do it, and it has the whole human spectrum inside of it. Like this little box, that label of classical, and inside the box is the entire human spectrum, the human experience. Now, after that, if I couldn't choose classical music, I would do musical theater. Very American, but very fun. Musical theater. like Glee type of music. Well, those of you that are really into old school Broadway and you're gonna like pull your hair out at that comment, I'm sorry, but just fun. I mean, if it's very lively, American Broadway musical theater, it's very lively. Thank you guys for sending me questions and snaps. I had a big story for you guys, but I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. You're gonna have to wait. I'm sorry for the suspense, but it's big. So tomorrow, you'll see. A big surprise. So this is why I decided to do. I'm just like, okay, let's keep the time. Keep it occupied with my sloths.
What's one country you haven't been to already that you would want to go?
All these travel questions. Remember, where would I like to live? Oh, I've talked about this before. I want to go to Iceland. I want to go to Ukraine. I want to go to Russia. I want to see Argentina. I really do. When are you going to do the rice cake mukbang? Hello. Can you please do the rice cake mukbang? Mukbang, rice cake. This person really wants me to do rice cake mukbang, but I have to learn the recipe for that. If it were up to me, I would make my rice in this bowl, right? Put it into a little container, pop it down, be like, look, it's a cake, rice cake. So I'm sure there's a lot more that goes into it than that. I would just have to do my research. I've never even seen a rice cake video before. I've seen the titles.
This is my first homemade pizza ever with the help of 4 of them because I would have been fully doomed if this were up to me. Fully doomed. So
They liked my fully doomedness. Yes, that was me. Oh, watching me on the TV, says this person. You guys, when you send me snaps of me on the TV, I don't know what to think.
You're welcome. I love watching you.
Sorry, I can't be in this one.
I enjoy
No, I
watching
can't be
you so
in this
much.
one.
Oh my god, my sister's in. What were you?
That's a little sloth named Kayla, and I told her a secret. About something that's coming up in the near future, but I haven't really like told you guys, but she knows. That's why she was all excited. Wow, I'm full. You know, one packet of this. Let's see. There are 290 calories per serving, and there's about 3 servings per container. So that's. Let me pull out my calculator because me and math I could not stand math class. I tried so hard. Times 3. So that's 870 calories. That's not that much. But the sauce is maybe, all right, just the tomatoes and the beets, probably, I don't know, 200 calories, negligible, or less than that. But all that oil and the pasta, we're at probably at least 1,000. So that explains why I'm probably full now. This sauce I could use for other things. This sauce was so good and so rich and colorful. There's literally just oily sauce left. So this is a short mukbang, you guys. Wow. But thanks for watching me eat. Thanks for eating with me. And I hope that I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very special day. Very special mukbang. And I can't wait, you guys. So have a great day. Please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And comment down below and let me know what you thought of it. And I'll see you tomorrow.